Good evening, my friends. I hope you're all well as usual. Welcome to the best headboard 2 channel on YouTube. I am your host, Pounds, and I'm always happy to provide you with meaningful information about the game. This is video 6 of 30 that I am making to alert you to mistakes that many players make when using features or functions of the game. The point of these videos is to make you aware of these mistakes and thus increase or at least not decrease your usefulness. Today we will turn to the playing season of the game and list some of the mistakes that too many Headboard 2 players commit. Common mistake number 1, playing without purpose, planning or strategy. Too many people start a season or miss the start of the season for various reasons. You should always start the season with clear goals, whether it's for the rankings, improving your overall total fans, or in terms of the team's season goals. Always try to consider all of these variables before you begin a season. Common mistake number 2, you start the season without doing your homework on your competitors. If you keep playing, you will see familiar names every season. Before you play, take a few minutes to see who your competitors will be. Compare what you have with what they have. For example, do they use times 6 points? If so, are they paying for it with 30 minutes of manager cash? Did they get the times 6 points for 2 days via season pass? Or did they buy the trainer that gives them 1 full week of times 6 points? This is of utmost importance because if you do not take a little time to research this, you will waste your gems competing with players who may have an advantage over you and more. You can check if someone is playing with times 6 points and for how long by simply clicking on their game name and on their profile for the total fan boost. If you see that the season pass is low, it means that the person has times 6 points for at least 2 days. If you see that he has equivalent of the trainer fan boosts which are high, it means that he has times 6 points for a whole week. You need to check all of this to see if you stand a chance with regard to playing against them and not wasting your time and energy. Always check for the season pass and trainer mode features and see how your opponents compare to you. Common mistake number 3, not having a goal for the rankings at the end of the season. Based on what we just discussed, and after doing some homework on your competitors, you need to set a season goal. Are you going to do everything you can to win? Do you have the time to do so? Do you just want to place in the top 10 to get some diamonds and emeralds back? Or do you want to get relegated on purpose? There's no right or wrong. It all depends on your goals, but you should set a target rank based on your game availability, your win rate, and the event characters that you own. Common mistake number 4, not having a daily match target. I always set a goal of at least 20 matches per day, which almost always coincides with the 3x6 double adverts available in the morning, daytime, and evening. Whatever happens, I set a minimum of 20 matches, but it's usually more. I have been playing this game long enough that I know I can finish in the top 10 with 20 games per day with the trainer, the season pass, and the robots I play. If I play 30, then I have a shot at the top 5. My point is that you should need to set yourself a daily minimum number of games to play. Common mistake number 5, not understanding the double advertising schedule and planning matches around those. This is still controversial. Some people say there are 4 rounds of 6 ads every 6 hours, while others say there are 3 rounds of 6 ads every 8 hours. Regardless, I know since I sleep at least 8 hours, I get 6 rounds of ads in the morning between 7 a.m. and 1 p.m., 6 rounds of ads between 1 p.m. and 7 p.m., and the remainder between 7 p.m. and before I go to bed, which is around 11 p.m. Knowing this, I can play my 20 games around these ads, meaning I take full advantage of my playing time. Common mistake number 6, not reading and understanding event characters. I still see this to this day. An event character appears and some subscribers comment on my YouTube channel saying, I have the character, but I do not get the double fans or points. You need to make sure you read every word in the event character box. Are fans or points offered? Sometimes with the King of the Tribune, you actually get double points instead of fans, and vice versa with the Master of Points. Also, you'll have to make sure that you have the minimum required level of your character to benefit from these perks. Be sure to verify and read that your character has the required level. Common mistake number 7, not keeping a minimum amount of gold for possible character upgrades. We were just talking about event characters, and I have seen this with my teammates and subscribers where the characters have the required number of cards to upgrade them to the level 5, 6, or 7, but not the gold or chance cards. The max for gold is now 20 million. Last year it was 10 million. I strongly recommend that you always have a minimum balance of 5 to 10 million gold, so that if you need to upgrade a character for the King of Tribune, Gold Rush, or Master of Points, you have the gold to do it. There is nothing worse than having the cards you need, but not the necessary gold to get the upgrade done. Common mistake number 8, you do not have the required amount of emeralds or manager money to play the whole season. We already talked in mistake number 2 about doing your homework on your competitors. If they use the season pass or trainer mode and you do not, that is, you want to rely on your emeralds and manager money, do you have enough to reach your target rank? This is very important. I've seen so many players, especially those who do not spend real money on the game, use up all their gems over the weekend and then be bankrupt by midweek and unable to keep up with their opponents. Common mistake number 9, not putting hat accessories to characters. Too many people forget this when they change characters after an event. You can see this in the leaderboard so many times. Whenever a new character appears, click on it and go to the hat accessories to make sure the hat can or cannot be accessorized. For some this is possible, for others it is not. Always check this feature when you change characters. Common mistake number 10, not checking your character skill cards after each new event. As with the previous mistakes, some characters are required for certain events. For example, if you are playing to win fans, check to see if your character has been loaded with the appropriate skill cards. If you're playing to win and do not care about your fans, check if other skill cards attributes are used. As with the hat accessory bug we just talked about, always check your skill cards when you use a new character during the season. Common mistake number 11, not understanding how last season's total points affect next season's strength. You will find that sometimes after playing very hard for a season, you will advance to a stronger season. The total number of points you get will directly affect the next season. Sometimes it takes 2 seasons for that to change. For example, some players do not play at all for a season, and then when they get relegated, they are still up against strong opponents. But if that happens twice, meaning if you get relegated for 2 seasons, the third season is much easier in terms of competition. Always remember, stronger you play, the stronger the next season will be. This is especially true for Champions Leagues 1, 2, and 3. And finally, common mistake number 12, not forecasting characters for Master of Points events. So many people make this mistake. If you have completed all the characters in a game, this does not apply to you. But if not, you must always beware of Wednesday. Wednesday is the day that Master of Points begins. For example, I do not play as hard until Wednesday, and I have won so many times because the people above me did not have the event characters for Master of Points. So do your homework in terms of your opponents. The higher their total fans and global local rank, the more likely they are to have completed all characters. There's nothing worse than hustling and playing hard, only to find out on Wednesday that the people who are competing with you actually have the Master of Points event characters, but you do not. So there you have it, folks. That's it for the common mistakes regarding playing the regular individual season, being video 6 out of 30. Don't forget to tune in to the channel for the next common mistake videos, which will be posted in a few days from now. I was your host, Pounce. I will see you again very soon. Thanks so much for watching.